Yeah, this is magnificent, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, we are live from the cabin. And a lot of you, most of you, all of you don't know what the cabin is. It's the greatest place on earth. No service, middle of the woods, far, far away.
It's our life.
It's our life. Today, we have a very, very special guest. The man behind Talk Bout. Yes, I say that twice because he's my dad. Without him, there is no Talk Bout. Many different reasons for that, but we won't get into that because that's not why we're here today. Today, we are here to talk about Slow Down and Live, which comes out on a very special date, Saturday, November 15th, 2025. Why is that a special date? Because it is the date of his album release, but also the date of Talk Bout Tournament 9. The return of Sonny Roche defending the Talk Bout Jiu-Jitsu middleweight championship in his first title defense in the main event as we return to the Oxford Area High School. All the information, pay-per-view, tickets are on talkboutpodcast.com. If you guys do hear a dog in the background, we do have a dog here. And
Let her out.
Yeah, let's let Polly out because then she won't be barking. That's my brother's dog, Harry, so give me 1 second. Come on. Here, Polly. Get on the podcast for a second. Polly, get up. So this is Polly, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody. Ooh, Polly, don't break the mic. We got Polly, as you guys can hear. She just tore my headset off. But this is a really important podcast because we wanted to make this as casual as possible. This is also an important podcast because this is the return of Talk. Polly, down.
Hey. Polly.
Polly, get down.
Polly.
Oh, yeah. Polly, come on. Down the stairs. Polly, down the stairs. It's like she doesn't know until you get up. This is a very special podcast because this is the return of Talk Bout Dat. The last time we had Talk Bout Dat was in August of 2023 with the 8-time Hall of Famer and BJJ, Hops and Mora. But we're back today with Todd Marr music, the one and only. We got Polly back on the floor. Dad's going to be making an appearance. That'll be the last time you hear Todd the rest of the podcast because I will be referring to him as Dad. But for the rest of you guys, his name is Todd.
Thanks, son.
So this is great. So we have a lot of different things we have to discuss, obviously. And I think we should start with the most important thing, which is obviously the album. I would like to just kind of get right into it. So this is the first time anybody's really going to be seeing this.
None of these questions have been rehearsed.
Incredible facet. If you ask anybody, Marcus McGee, Troy Gundin, James Wilson, Chris Kelly, Eric Naples, just to name a few, none of them knew the questions prior. Actually, I take that back. We might have had to do a little bit of a questionnaire with Troy Gundin and hers.
Well, why don't I have to do questions?
Because you're not on Troy Gundin's level quite yet, Dad. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, right here for the first time in ever, I'm going to let Dad actually hold it. Actually, I'll hold it, and I'm going to let you talk about it. I think that's better. So this right here is Slow Down and Live. I'm going to put the mic down, and we are going to discuss the album itself, like in hand, the vinyl, the record, and then we're going to get into the process of it all. And we're going to have a little bit of a conversation in regards to that. But Dad, let's talk about the record.
So the record Slow Down and Live, I think is, I just think it's how we should all live our lives. And I'm not trying to preach that on anyone, but slow down and kind of smell the flowers or enjoy the journey. The picture on the front of the album was taken with my iPhone at Wayvine. which is a vineyard in Nottingham, PA, which everyone should go visit. It's beautiful. The wine's great. The people are greater, and it's just I just felt like it was a cool picture for the front. The back of the album, Jack. The back of the album, the Slow Down and Live logo is on Route 6 in Mashopin, PA, and it's been there for as long as I can remember, 40 plus years. Somebody spray painted that on a rock as you come out of Mashopin going north, I think, or east, or excuse me, going west on Route 6. And I just felt like it was like a super cool saying for your life to just enjoy your life, And then the pictures on the back are my kids. My kids all played on this album. And back in the 80s and 90s, I wanted to have a record. I never got a record. I recorded in some really cool places and got vocal lessons from some really cool people. But having an album come to fruition with my kids on it, it just is, it's really a dream come true. And so as far as the insert, I only did the lyrics for one song. The one song is called Cabin, which is where we are today.
And before you get into that, the insert fell as I was doing the applause because we have a huge crowd here at the cabin. And the insert is a very important piece because you actually customized it. And I want to actually shout out, we're shouting out Wavine, shout out Wavine. I want to also shout out Studio 4 Vinyl, which has been the presenting sponsor for Talk Bout Tournament 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We are moving forward this event, but Studio 4 Vinyl has been an incredible partner, and they are actually the ones behind the record.
The LP.
The LP. So I want to say shout out to Studio 4 Vinyl as well.
Yeah, and I felt like I want to release this album on vinyl first because I feel like nowadays everything's digital. You listen to one or two songs and then you move on to your daily life.
So that's an important piece. Yeah. Explain to the people how on November 15th it is the release date of a specific way to listen to this album.
Yeah, it's like I want it to be, not that it's going to be, but I want it to be like watching a movie. Like back in the day when I was young, I used to get albums, and you would get the album. You never heard anything about the album being released, and it was like, oh my God, I'm going to ride up on my bike to Kmart and ride 4 or 5 miles, get the album, bring it home, and then for 2 days I'm in my bedroom looking at the pictures, looking at the album, digesting the album, and just kind of like you do with watching a movie. And I wish that was how things were done today. They're just not. But I'm releasing this album on the 15th, only on the album, because I want people to listen to it on this side and that side.
So for those that don't understand, on vinyl, only on vinyl, at a later date to be determined, go to Todd Marr Music on Instagram, go to toddmarmusic.com for updates on when it will be out on DistroKid, push through to Spotify, Apple Music, etc., wherever you listen to your music. But at first, on November 15th, you're only going to be able to listen to this record via the actual vinyl itself. So let's pull it out, Dad. Let's pull it out. Let's show the people.
All right. I'm going to put my mic down.
Yeah. This right here, Dad is going to reveal it. Oh, yeah. Incredible.
So on the album, it's not side one, it's not side A, it's not side B. It's this side and that side. So you can decide for yourself
This side, that side.
which
You can
side do you want to
decide.
listen to first. I mean, I've let a bunch of people listen to it, and they have their ideas of which side is the best side. Um, Most people think everything's great. Um,
Yeah.
but you know, I want it to be an experience. It really is what it comes down to.
Dad, real quick, explain why you picked the color green and then talk about what's on the record, and then I'll bring it up here to show everybody.
So green, to me, is just it's my favorite color, and I love the outdoors. I love green. I love the fall, you know, of course, but green to me just is a warming feeling to it, and it's different than putting it on an album that's just on black vinyl, which eventually this probably will be on black vinyl because this is a little more expensive to do. But I don't know. I just thought with the labels that go on the album itself, I just
Bring the mic closer to you.
I just felt like the label that's on the album, which Jack will show you here, and the green, I just think it looks super cool, and it sounds super cool. You know, definitely on vinyl, it sounds warmer. I can guarantee you it sounds warmer. I prefer to listen to music on vinyl. It just sounds better to me. And it's more of an experience, and that's why I did it. So,
And that's why it is green, and that is a little bit more information. If you guys saw, it had the Talk Bout logo on it because this is the first edition to Talk Bout Records, which Dad actually is the one who pushed for this. He wanted it to be that way. Obviously, I would love to have the logo on the record.
I get huge royalties
big
from
time.
Talk Bout Records by doing this. So please buy the album.
0.1 cent is the wage here. You can ask the people. No, but
the royalties are 0.0.
So let me ask you this question. How long did it take you to begin the album and complete the album? And let's start there.
So that's a challenging question to answer because it's really taken my whole life. There's one song on here called Wrong that I recorded with some other guys that I did 25 years ago. And these guys were great. But nothing ever happened with it. And I just figured...
Bring the mic a little bit closer.
I just figured I wanted to update it, which I did on this album. But some of the songs, like the last song on the album, I needed another song on the album, so I had to write a song to finish the album. And it came from a piece of another song that I thought was beautiful, but it didn't work for the end, so I had to create something else, which I believe is
Debatably one of the best songs on the album.
Yeah.
Which is the newest song.
But there's other songs that I've been playing for 10, 15 years. And when I got the chance to do this, it was really a Christmas present. My wife got me a Christmas present, Jackie, who said, "You're going into the studio, you have studio time." But the studio time was January 13th. I get the present on Christmas. So now I'm like, I have to really figure out what I want to do. And the song I recorded on January 13th was, in my mind, the most challenging song because on the album, I had to play drums, bass, guitar. I did everything on the album. I just felt like if he can take everything that I've done, which I also pre-produced in my own home studio prior to going in so that I would be prepared, I felt like if he can make this sound good, then I'm gonna do the rest of it. But if you look at all the work that goes into doing an album, not just recording the songs, which is a undertaking, but the album, the website, everything that goes along with it. If I would have known how much work that was involved in it, I probably would have said, I'm not doing it. And I'm glad that I did it, because you have to, if there's something that you really feel that you should get out there and just let people listen to, and there's going to be haters, I'm welcoming that. I'm welcoming the negativity, but
Talk about that.
Yeah, but if it's what you believe in, then that's what you believe in,
Great. Now, let me see the actual album real quick. I want to go through the songs, and I want you to give me. I want you to give me a one-word answer to. I want you to describe each song with one word.
Okay, I'll try.
So, obviously, this is why this is great. Each song is a one-word title, except the ending song, which is Slow Down and Live, which is the title track song, as the album is Slow Down and Live. But I want you to give me a song, or I want you to give me a word for these songs that is different than the actual title. So let's start with the first song, Risen.
I would say finally.
All right, no, that's it. Finally, we got finally.
Yeah.
Finally, all right. Sunflower.
I would say love.
Cabin.
Home.
Why?
Why?
You can't use the title track or the title.
Why? You said one word.
But I said in the beginning of this that you cannot use the name of the song.
Okay.
So how would you describe the song? Because you're giving the audience a way to have a peek on what it's going to be about. When you say love, people can get an idea of what that song's going to be like.
Yeah, but I think when people listen to the songs, they should formulate their own ideas.
But this is
my idea of the song doesn't matter.
But but I'm not having a podcast with the ideas of other people.
Want one word.
I'm asking a podcast, or I'm having a podcast with you. So I'm asking you, the creator of the album, what is one word to describe each song?
Can I come back to that?
Yeah. All right. So
I'll
why?
Come back to why.
So maybe why is too tricky, which is a great thing for you guys to know, ladies and gentlemen, because why is a tricky one. Once you guys get the why, you're in it. Let's get on to that side. That was this side. That side, we got. My mic's cut down a little bit. That side. Don't forget, we're at the cabin. No service, by the way. This is not live. Very pre-recorded, not edited, and it's very late. It's 12 a.m. on a Saturday after hunting. But we got to do it. And this is a great time.
We hunt?
Yeah, you would think. So wrong.
Wronged.
Dad, what are you doing?
Well, I'm just saying.
Give me another word. You were killing it. You said finally,
So wrong.
love, home, and now you're like, why? Wronged, wide. Like, enough with the EDs to the end.
Scorned.
Who?
Scorned.
Scorned.
Yeah.
Educate myself and the people what the hell scorned means.
Wrong. My baby done me wrong. You were scorned.
What does that mean? Scorned.
It means you were like scorned by someone.
What does scorned mean? You're just using the word.
Wronged by someone, you know?
Okay. All right. Scorned. Buttercup.
So, Buttercup, I don't have a one-word answer to this. All I can tell you is
this is the worst.
the only reason I came up with the name Buttercup is because I had a vision of a video in my mind of Buttercup.
No, hold on. Are you going to tell the people? You're spoiling this for everybody? You're going to tell them? All right. No, listen. How about this? I mean, it's up to you, but if you watch the podcast, you get a sneak peek.
Okay. All right. One word. Lawnmower. It's
Beautiful.
a compound word. Lawnmower.
Beautiful. That's a great one. Cold.
Scorned.
No, stop. You aren't using... please, there is a billion words, and you couldn't mess this game up any worse than you have.
All right, so what do you say?
I'm not saying what I think for cold. These are not questions for me.
Cold, freezing.
Jamie Joy.
My cat.
That's 2 words.
Cat.
Man, this is phenomenal work. And then we got slow down and live. 1 word.
Well, this isn't 1 word, but it's life. Well, it's 1 word. Life. The title of the song is about life. And
that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is 1 word with life and Todd Marr's music, Slow Down and Live. Dad, that was pretty interesting of a game. Let's try a different game. Okay. What would you say is the most difficult song that you created on the album? And what would you say is your favorite deep down on the album? Most difficult?
I would say my easiest song to play is Sunflower. I think that's the most fun song to play. The most challenging song to play.
Here we go.
I would say is most challenging song to sing and play is Cold. Absolutely.
Favorite song on the album, deep down?
God. I don't know. I love all of them. And I think you're going to love them all, too.
You're a salesman.
Yeah.
Anybody ever tell you that?
No.
So that's incredible right there. Now, let me ask you this question. On November 15th, we're obviously going to be releasing the album. We're going to be selling the records at Talk Bout Tournament 9, which is very important. Like I said, Talk Bout Tournament 9 also happening on November 15th. I think it's important for people to know why they should listen to this album before it comes out on Spotify, Apple Music. And I know that you already discussed talking about the warmth and, listening to it. But, why do they need to get this album November 15th, maybe a little bit after?
That's
why should they get this album? Because of the warmth of the record? That's the reason?
No, it's not the warmth of the record. It's the experience of the record. And I just feel that, I only did the lyrics on the insert for 1 song called Cabin because, quite honestly, those are the words of that song that you might need lyrics for. The rest of the songs are, there's not much, or you can really hear the words. But Cabin is a very meaningful place for my life, for my family's life. It's really what we're all about, My daughter, my 2 boys that played on this album, we love the Cabin, and that's what it's all about.
So let me ask you this, before we shift gears. because it's very important that we discuss some other stuff, because we discussed having a podcast prior to the album. And I think we've taken a good portion of discussing what this album's going to be like. We played a few games. You gave some great descriptions. The games we'll try over again, but the descriptions were phenomenal. Okay. The record is incredible. I actually did rate this, tried to do it as unbiasedly as I could, and I gave it a 9.5 rating. The whole album as a whole. It is an incredible album. Everybody needs to listen to it. It's as pure as it gets. Talk Bout's going to be pushing it. Other great businesses that are affiliated with Talk Bout, and that's why. Real quick, I have to do this. Real quick, I have to do this.
I got the double sponsorship for him rating it.
Well, this is an incredible. You talk about sponsorship. I have to shout out a couple people. Even though we have no service, our ads still continue. Inversion BJJ, inversionbjj.com. Go start your jiu-jitsu career. It's the best jiu-jitsu gym
that
you can find. And I also want to shout out Penn Del Mar Power, who is the presenting sponsor of Talk Bout Tournament 9.
Timmy.
Talk Bout Tournament X and Talk Bout Tournament 11 coming up here in the future. I want to shout out Penn Del Mar Power. And I also want to shout out the Early Bird Cafe for the greatest acai bowls you could ever create. And they are also sponsoring, Talk Bout Tournament 9. Back to the program. Dad, top 5 favorite guitar players in the world. Actually, let's change it. Top 5 greatest guitar players of all time. Go. In order.
Okay. It's not going to be in order. It's going to be top 5.
You're brutal at this game.
I would say Nigel.
What's happening here?
Nigel Tufnell.
What band was he in for the people?
Spinal Tap.
Okay. We got 4 more. Look up Spinal Tap if you guys don't know.
Yeah.
Most of us don't.
Look up
I don't
Spinal
either,
Tap.
which is actually kind of crazy.
You'll find out why that's a stupid answer.
I know 2 of these other people, though.
I love... I'm going to give you my top 5 guys that blew me away when I heard them. Jimi Hendrix. When I first heard Jimi Hendrix, I was like, what the hell is going on here? And this is when I was listening to the Beatles and John Lennon and Paul McCartney and Wings. And I heard this guy playing Purple Haze and Castles Made of Sand. I mean, give me a break, dude. The guy is a... Castles Made of Sand. I mean, unbelievable. It just blows my mind. I would say the other guy that blew me away was Eddie Van Halen. And Eddie's right up there in top 2 or 3. But Eddie, not just with his guitar playing, but he was an innovator at how a guitar was made or how an amp was made. He was insane. He was, he just really cared about the sound, and he called it the Brown sound. The Brown sound, I think, meant that it was just a warm sound. And as hard as Eddie played and as aggressive as he played, you had a warm feeling in every tone that he played. He was phenomenal. I would say other guys, Jeff Beck,
number 4.
That's number 3. But it's not even.
No. That's 4. We got Jimi Hendrix, Eddie Van Halen, Jeff Beck, and we got Spinal Tap's boy.
Yeah, which doesn't really count.
Okay. So we got
that was a joke.
So we got 3, which I was gonna say. Okay, so we got Jimi Hendrix, Eddie Van Halen, and Jeff Beck. So we're at 3.
But Nigel Tufnell, a lot of people say he was the Spinal Tap character was modeled after Jeff Beck, and I read a book about Jeff Beck, and he went to go see Spinal Tap, and he laughed his ass off watching Spinal Tap because it's mockery of rock bands. But Jeff Beck, I'll put it to you this way about Jeff Beck. Eric Clapton, I'm not sure if anyone's ever heard of Eric Clapton, but Eric Clapton once said that Jeff Beck pulls the sounds out of the guitar. And Eric said, if you play guitar and you understand that, you realize how difficult that really is. And that's what Jeff did. Jeff Beck, there are things he did on the Orange album in 1972 where you can listen to that album, and there are 2 guitar songs going on the same song. Listen to the album. Please, everyone. If you don't listen to this album, listen to the Orange album. It's Jeff Beck Group. That's what it's called. But it's got oranges on the front of it.
Beautiful.
And that album is freaking mind-blowing.
This is number 3.
Max Middleton, by the way, on keyboards. My favorite keyboard player. But all right.
Number 4. So we're at 4 now. That was Jeff Beck was 3. So we got 1 or 2 more.
Okay. So I would say I would say Eric Johnson. And these aren't in order. I would say Jeff Beck's number 1 for me. Eddie Van Halen's number 2.
Jimi Hendrix 3.
Jimi Hendrix, Eric Johnson. Eric Johnson was a disciple of Jimi Hendrix. However, he took it to the next level.
Does the master how does that work? Does the Jedi?
It's both. It's a guy who does it originally, but if you have someone else that can do things that are paying a tribute to the original, but then adding a new thing to it, which Eric Johnson does. Eric Johnson's guitar playing, he goes from clean. The first time I ever saw Eric Johnson was like in 1989 or 90 in Anaheim. And I said, I can't wait to see this guy because I can't wait to see how much stuff he overdubbed on the albums. And he played everything the same that he did on the album. Excuse me. That just blew my freaking mind. I mean,
EJ.
The guy, and I just saw him.
Just saw him recently.
2 or 3
EVH EJ.
Yeah. I think
number 5.
So now I'm going to give you guys that I dig. George.
This is 5. You still got 5. You got to get. Is this George Lynch 5?
Well, George Lynch, the way George does certain things.
Just gonna make sure.
I just loved his. I love the way he did things. Yngwie Malmsteen. When Yngwie came out, he was mind blowing. Richie Blackmore. Listen to the Deep Purple stuff is great, but there are some solos that he did with Rainbow that will just blow your freaking mind. That was so perfectly crafted guitar solos for songs that were so perfectly crafted. Richie Blackmore, he's another guy that's at the top of my list.
So that's a top 6 right there.
Yeah.
Now let's shift gears.
Go on and on.
But that's incredible. That was great. I know that
there's other guys like Guthrie Govan, Paul Gilbert, these guys. Like, you hear them playing, you're like, okay, cool. Another song I'll never be able to learn again.
That's what they all say.
I mean, these guys they're sick.
So let's shift gears. This is another great question. I want you to share with the audience why this place we are at right now, the cabin, is so important to you. And I want you to share one story with the audience. There's a lot of deer in this cabin. We have a lot of hunting stories among us all. I want you to share one great hunting story with the people. So,
well, I don't know if I want to share a hunting story because a lot of people that might be listening to this don't like hunting, and
but a lot of people that are listening to this do like hunting.
And a lot of people that do. But
okay, listen, how about this? If you don't like hunting, just like you didn't want to hear Dad's top 5, you can either click off this video or you could skip through and get to the next section of this video because the timestamps will show you what we are discussing. And I believe that we should definitely talk about hunting because guess what? When in 45 years, when my dad isn't sitting in this chair anymore, I want the podcast where he talks about the hunting story. So we're going to ask the question about the hunting story. So I want to know first, though, why this place is spot.
Okay, so first of all, this place here wasn't here prior to 1989. It was over there, and it consisted of a small box with a trailer attached to it, and that was our cabin, and that's what I grew up on coming up here. And honestly, we would come up here for Thanksgiving, and I'd have Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving to me is my favorite holiday of my life. Because I got to spend time with my family. But at that time, after Thanksgiving, we would come down to the cabin and we would go hunting. And I got to spend more time, especially with my grandfather. And both of my grandfathers, Harry and Dave, Grandpa and Beba is who I called them. They were the two biggest influences in my life. Beba, for example, was an orphan. And I'm not even going to get into that much more than that, but he was an orphan. And he took care of me and my brother the way he wished he would have been taken over as a kid. Unfortunately for him, it didn't happen. But he was awesome. He's the reason why I'm a huge Phillies fan. We used to go to so many Phillies games. And I'm sorry about all the New York fans and all, but I'm just telling you the way it really is, And all you New York fans, you probably had the same thing with your grandfather.
Yeah, but Dad, just because we're in
I'm just
New York country, we're not really, because this audience is more PA central.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to appeal to everyone. I just don't want to.
Everybody's got their team.
Yeah, I just don't want to alienate.
But this is
people.
great. This is a phenomenal. This is exactly why I asked this question. This is the best part. This might be the best part of the whole podcast right here.
But my grandfather, who this cabin, he built this cabin, and I had a really great relationship with my grandfather. He was a former pitcher for the minor league Pittsburgh Pirates. He was a great baseball player.
We got the pitcher and the almost no hitter, right?
Well, he had a no.
Or he had the no hitter, but
not a perfect game.
Not the perfect game. Almost
28 batters instead of 27. But he was a great pitcher. He got bone spurs, and back in that day, it was over. Now you have Tommy John surgery, and you're Yamamoto from the Dodgers, who's freaking.
Which, by the way, the World Series is happening as we speak. Game 7's probably over now, and we have no idea who is victorious.
Yeah,
probably the Blue Jays.
But this place to me is home. I mean, it is where I have more memories than any place in my entire life, with all my relatives, and it just means everything to me, and it means everything to me to have Jack here. My son's upstairs who played bass on this, Harry.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, November 15th.
Yeah.
Slow down and live. Todd Marr music. Todd Marr music.
My daughter Callie sang backup on this album, and
shout out Jackie Marr, the greatest, the best mom in the entire world, the best supporter in the world. Yeah. She didn't play anything on this, but without Mom supporting everybody, I don't know if we would all be, functioning the way we do. So we need Mom.
Yeah.
Mom is behind here somewhere.
She is thanked on the back.
Yeah, she is thanked on the back.
On that side.
Here. And she's actually first, too.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So the cabin to me is what I love about life, but I know it's what my kids love about life, and to me that is everything. So
that's great.
Did that answer it?
That's phenomenal, and that's why I wanted it. We won't even get into the hunting story because that was just so great. You went more into the question. I'm going to shift gears one final time before we wrap it up. I want to ask you a very important question. I want you to name me, it doesn't have to be in order, who is your top 3 favorite Talk Bout Jiu-Jitsu athletes that Talk Bout has presented in the Talk Bout Tournament events? I want to know.
Number 1, I got to say Andrew, because Andrew, I could probably kick his ass, you know. He's really not that good. But no, no, he's a beast. He's a beast. And
That's amazing.
and I was just kidding about that, Andrew. Like, next time I see you.
Next bout, maybe.
Yeah.
So, Dad, who do you got as your second favorite? Obviously, we got
I was
Andrew.
saying and Antonio. I think his energy. I know he lost the last fight, the last title shot, but his energy is it's energy that that infects everyone or should infect everyone. I just feel like he's got like a really bright energy. He's always happy every time I see him. He's just a happy dude, you know, and 100%. I think that's cool, you know.
And the former champ, both of those guys, obviously, I mean, we don't have to say we could be here all day talking about Andrew. Andrew was the face of the whole thing for forever. But Antonio is also a former champion. 2 former champions. Dad, who's number 3 in your final athlete that you enjoyed?
Number 3, I would say Chris Kelly. You know, I think, yeah, he's come out on the short end of the stick a couple times, but I think he is, I think he's a freaking beast. He's also doing my website.
Shout out CMK. Shout out CMK Media. Behind Talk Bout's website as well.
By the way, ToddMarrMusic.com. Chris is
I don't know with this
killing
mic. I need Chris to fix the mic for me. But that's a phenomenal list. I appreciate you saying the list. I wanted to hear that. I think this has been an incredible podcast. It really has.
I hope so.
It really has. We went over and
just remember Nigel Tufnell.
We went over and thoroughly discussed, and we're going to talk about it here in a second, but the new album that's coming out. But we also had some other great conversations live from the cabin. Like I said, what time is it?
With the
it's
new
almost
album,
1 a.m., ladies and gentlemen. It's
with the new album, just so you know, like
Todd Marr Music, Slow Down and Live, November 15th, Saturday, November 15th. Get it now on record only. Later date will
experience it. And not only that, you're not just going to hear me. I mean, you're going to hear me play on every song, but you're going to hear Jack play on it, and you're going to hear my family play on it, and it's a family affair. And I just, you know, for $25, man. I mean, that's cheaper than going to a freaking movie and an experience and something.
You have to do it for sure. I mean, and then you get an incredible record as well. I mean, this is like phenomenal work, and you won't be getting this record. This is the Beat Up podcast record.
Yeah.
But you guys,
Jack dropped it 15 times.
Yeah, I did drop it a few times. You guys don't want to be this. You want to definitely be a lot more gentle with it. Before you loose things up, think. I don't know if you guys can even see that
before you louse things up, think. That's what that says.
I was thinking of it correctly rather than.
This is something my grandfather would put
which
up,
I don't even know if you can see it.
That the great grandkids wouldn't understand, and then I'd have to explain it.
Phenomenal. Incredible. I just want to thank you all for watching. This has been an incredible episode. The return of Talk Bout Dat. Episode 14 with the man himself, my dad, Todd Marr. Todd Marr Music, November 15th, 2025. Talk Bout Tournament 9, November 15th, 2025. It's going to be an incredible weekend, an incredible day. Make sure you guys stay up to date. ToddMarrMusic.com, TalkBoutPodcast.com. Todd Marr Music, Slow Down and Live.
On Talk Bout Records.
Incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Dad, thank you so much for doing this. I'm so happy that we did it. He wanted to do it. I wanted to do it. We did it here at the cabin. Polly is sleeping. We'll get one shot of Polly asleep before we close the show.
Yeah, let's do that.
One shot of... Ooh. We're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Almost an hour-long podcast. Just drop broadheads on the floor, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want some. And there we go. There it is. We'll end it right there, ladies and gentlemen, with Polly out. Dad, hold up the record. We'll actually close with you. But we got Polly out here on the couch. Dad's beautiful guitar, actually, as well. And should we give the audience a little whirl of the cabin?
Yeah, go for it, man. That's
a
what it's all
small
about.
little whirl of the cabin. For those who've never seen, just a little
I don't think we
whirl.
did the dishes, but
Little messy up in here, but plenty of deer skulls.
hey,
Dad,
I
want
to do a shout out to Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is
Look, it's on the hat too. It's even on the hat.
Yeah, it's a beautiful state. I love you, Pennsylvania. So here it is, man. This album, as Anthony Kiedis once said, I'm down with the state of Pennsylvania. Okay, let's go, man.
Talk Bout is out, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys have a great day. Make sure you guys follow on Talk Bout at Talk Bout Podcast. Talk Bout everything. You guys already know. Slow Down and Live. ToddMarrMusic.com. Get it now on November 15, 2025. See you guys. Have a great day. Cabin logging off.
Oh, yeah.